All right, it is time that we come back and do the Pomodoro again. Uh, the timer has restarted for some reason, and we'll begin with our session today. So, what has happened in the last day? Not much, not much. To be very honest, uh, India is was battling for a draw today in the fifth day of the first test, and that happened at the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. Unfortunately, India couldn't eke out a draw or a win out of the contest because our batting lineup folded like a pack of cards, and James 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 Anderson got the ball to reverse a lot in the fourth innings, which led to a downfall. A brilliant bowling performance and a batting performance from England, so they are deserved winners. Uh, there are some things that Team India needs to tweak in the coming games, namely the bowling lineup, especially. I think picking Shahbaz Nadeem for a Shardul Thakur or Kuldeep Yadav was an absolute mistake, and that should have been better. We could have done better over there. If we have dust bowls in India, we might as well play the players that suit our kind of play. We need to play three spinners on this kind of a track. We just had Ashwin as a spinner, and I don't know what Shahbaz Nadeem bowls, but this is not the kind of team you pick if you want to go for a win. This seemed like a draw kind of a lineup in itself. We need more in terms of selection when it comes to the neck when it comes to the upcoming tests. After that, we also had a match for Leeds United in the night, um, which I was pleased to see that Leeds convincingly like won the game um, 2-0 against Crystal Palace, with Jack Harrison and Patrick Bamford both scoring very early in the respective halves. Uh, when it comes to the Jack Harrison goal, Luke Keeling was trying to wrestle the ball in the corner. He had gone for the corner flag, but he couldn't keep position, and he was dispossessed by the Crystal Palace left back, and he tried to play a pass to somewhere in the midfield, but there Pascal Stroik did a very good job, resulting in a disposition that led to a back heel by Matthias Klick, and that back heel was excellently um, showed onto the right foot by Stuart Dallas, uh, who chipped it over to Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison then took a nice touch on his weaker right foot, take, guiding the ball into space, and then shooting a really nice volley into the top of the net, which was um, the goalkeeper of Crystal Palace really didn't react very well to that. It also went off the back of a Crystal Palace defender, so that in all fairness to the keeper. Apart from that, um, so apart from that is another phrase that I need to curb a little bit. I'm using it a lot of times. I shouldn't be doing that. Uh, when it comes to the goal in the second half, uh, Patrick Bamford was really doing his runs very well, and troubling all the defenders, and which made the right back of Crystal Palace play a very loose pass, which was superbly intercepted by Calvin Phillips. That maneuver that he did would be my move of the match, like the move of the entire match, because he just did a did a slap kick on the ball in and so that the ball goes into space where the midfield can then exploit it, which Click did very well, played a well weighted pass to Rafinha, who then let out a thunderous strike to the right of the keeper towards the left post, which was saved well. But then Patrick Bamford just pounced in with a very easy uh, routine tap in. Um, um, so there wasn't much the goalkeeper could then do. The Crystal Palace defenders, should have obviously done better on that part, because Patrick Bamford couldn't have had it much easier than that. His 100th goal must be a must be a relief for him. He's got 12 goals in the Premier League so far, with a very good number of 5 assists to two. So 17 goal involvements in all, and really happy for Patrick Bamford. He had a lot of detractors and a lot of naysayers at the start of the campaign. There were many who doubted whether this championship level player could step up to the Premier League, and boy, has he stepped up so well. Uh, though many people just forget that he's a Chelsea. He is a Nottingham Forest academy product, uh, and was drafted in by Chelsea for a couple of seasons too, back in the early 2000s. So that is something that people must not forget, that he is a high caliber player who just couldn't prove his mettle till now. And I think the moment when he scored the first goal at Anfield, when he flicked past Van Dijk, I think that was the moment when he truly believed. He truly started believing that I have arrived back in the promised land, and I I am that capable of scoring goals at the highest level too. I'm not a championship player. I'm not a League One player, and that just really positive football that Patrick Bamford plays. A thorough team player, works. His work rate is immense. It's just his heat maps just go beyond the field and into the stands, if I may say so. Uh, so that was that. So. Rafinha, a lot of talk has been about Rafinha in the post match, that how he's been improving continuously under Marcelo Bielsa at Leeds, uh, and how he is such a great buy at just 17 million pounds that we got him from Rennes. Um, and it's really unbelievable, because actually at the start even Marcelo Bielsa didn't think of uh, having a having a winger, but this player was specifically handpicked by Victor Orta, the director of football at Leeds United, and he just showed this player to Bielsa, and Bielsa was like, "Yeah, he fits the bill. He is a Bielsa press player." Um, uh, Not that Marcelo Bielsa would have said something like that, but it's just something that I take the liberty of saying on camera. Because I read a very interesting article on this, and that's that Marcelo Bielsa really stocks left-footed players in his team a lot, because we because there are a lot of positive attributes of having a footed of being a left-footed player. Namely, you take less time of the ball on the ball, you take fewer touches, and you are able to play well on the counter. So I don't know how these arguments hold true, but this is that is what it is. And uh, so um, so that is one thing. And Uh, so what he does is he stocks so many left-footed players on the right and right-footed players on the left, that he creates a mirror image down the middle of the pitch. So which is very fluid in counter attack and attack. Uh, so we got him from Rennes for 17 million quid, as they say. which is a bargain buy, and a lot of the top six clubs will be looking at Rafinha come summer, so that I don't think there are a lot of uh, vacancies for Rafinha in that sense, but I feel the kind of uh, I, I shouldn't be judging, but he could be very well going to Manchester United, because Manchester United really needs a very good right winger, which they don't have at right now. Um, Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial is not that well on the as a lone striker. Uh, Cavani has proved as a great replacement for him this season. Rashford has been playing well, plays well on the left, but they need somebody on the right. They can't make do with Sam Greenwood because he's too young. There has to be a better option on the right wing, and I think Rafinha could really make the difference over there. And Manchester United, as they have a very long history of buying Leeds United players, right from Rio Ferdinand, right from Eric Cantona to Rio Ferdinand to Alan Smith, all of those players who played for Leeds United and then played for Manchester United. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised if Rafinha walks into the Manchester United squad in the next season. Um, but he'll be sold for a very hefty price. As they say, Bielsa will turn this 20 million pound player, which I don't believe he's worth 20 million pound. We got him for a bargain price, but um, the his price will be at least 35 million pounds easily, easily. Uh, but we got him for half that price. He'll be going for a minimum of 40 million pounds at the end of the season, and we really need to find a very good replacement for Rafinha, because I don't think he's gonna stay here, because uh, he's just levels above everybody else. And but thanks to the great scouting that is done by the director of football, Victor Orta, we could see a lot of reinforcements coming in the summer session. um, so that is one thing. um, Apart from that, there has been a lot of talk about how Rafinha really nutmegged Tim Cahill in the defense of the Crystal Palace, in the Crystal Palace defense, and he has virtually ended Tim Cahill's career. Let me just see. Oh, he must be Mark Cahill. Yeah, not Tim Cahill. Let me just check it once. Oh, Mark Cahill is an American author. Gary Cahill. There he is. Yes. So that's Gary Cahill, uh, whose career Rafinha has effectively ended with the brilliant nutmeg that he did, because Rafinha's back heel was in full show, wasn't it? In the game, um, he really was using it to perfection, and he has gotten into great rhythm with players on the right flank, namely Luke Ayling, Stuart Dallas, um, and click over there. Even Rodrigo, for that matter, who is out due to a hamstring strain, or due to a groin strain. He should be back in a couple of games, I believe. Shouldn't be a very severe injury for Rodrigo. He just had a minor stretch when he went for a split, when he had to split, which also brings to the to attention the which also brings attention to the which also begs attention to the fact which also begs which also uh, brings up the issue which also brings up the issue of the pitch, um, which which is has I don't know what is the issue with the pitch that even Patrick Bamford mentioned in the post match interview that it is very difficult to stand on the pitch. But Rob Mulholland had exclaimed in his very provocative tweet, like all of his tweets are, that going from the earlier pitch to the pitch of today of Ellen Road is like going from full blown AIDS to mild gonorrhea. So we'll take that with both hands, and which is a mild exaggeration on the kind of pitch that we had a couple of weeks back before we got a 300-pound uh, um, re- renewed pitch from Tottenham. The grass that was being saved for them was procured mid-season so that we could have a great remainder of the season. At the end of the season, there are talks that uh, uh, the the drainage system at Ellen Road will be overhauled completely. So this is more of a temporary fix because the earlier pitch had corroded only because of excessive snow and rain, due to which there was a lot of water logging and the pitches had gotten shoddy, due to which the Ellen Road players you would mainly um, uh, weren't able to tackle as decisively as they would, and they were slipping on the counter even when they were on the ball or off it. So a great addition to the already bumbling infrastructure of Ellen Road. There are also plans of renovating the stadium and making it into a 60,000 capacity stand, which capacity stadium with a renewed east stand. So that should be a great proposition coming in, going into the 2021 2022 season. The also one of the great highlights that we have missed in the last 10 days was that the San Francisco 99ers, if they have 89ers. They have put in a fresh round of investment and have taken their stake from 10% to 37% in Leeds United, and which is just great news. They have great experience managing a team. They have business acumen about running a club, about running a stadium, and all of that expertise will count in the coming days, in the coming years for Leeds United. So, as Radrizzani has been suggesting for a long time, Leeds is a long-term project. Is not he's just a custodian of a great legacy, which is a great is a great mindset to have when it comes to managing and owning a club like Leeds United. So the initial round of investment, the renewed round of investment was obviously triggered by Parag Marathe, who is the CEO of San Francisco 99ers, 89ers, and 49ers, if I'm right. Yeah, 49ers. And he used to be an executive and analyst at Bain and Company, and he was called in for the draft, for the NFL draft of 2001, by then's coach and CEO of the 49ers. The His work and his analysis was so impressive. His research was so impressive that the CEO of the company just uh, was smitten over uh, by Parag Marathe, and he was instantly hired. He is a Stanford graduate, and uh, since then he just kept on rising the ranks. He made friends with the owner's son, and and he's the CEO right now. And there were a lot of disagreements that happened when Parag Marathe was brought into the fold. That his analysis was questioned because despite his extensive research and draft day and tactics, they weren't able to performed well in the league that year. But Parag Marathe, who held his ground, and he is now where he is, calling the shots about the investment for in the Leeds United thing, which I feel will turn out to be a great buy, because what they are trying to do is turn Leeds United into a global franchisee, and that is respected all over the world, much like the top six clubs, the Manchester clubs, and the London clubs like Chelsea and Tottenham, or it be the Merseyside clubs, Liverpool and Everton. So hopefully we'll see the brand of Leeds United grow into a much bigger thing, into a much greater colossus in the coming 10 years. That is that. Uh, So with this win, Leeds have gone into the top half after a long time, after being in the bottom half, after languishing there for nearly half the season. They've gone into the top half. They are now finding their rhythm. It is safe to say now that they have adapted to the Premier League, to the pace of the Premier League. Now they know they can't have so much time on the ball like they used to do in the Championship. They can't play so many passes in the final third and expect to still be able to come out of that offensive with a goal. You can't have that liberty of having the first touch and lingering on for that much time to play out a pass. So they're still building from the back, which is a great sign, and hopefully things will be better. There was a great statistic that was pulled out by All Stats and B that Leeds have not lost to the same team twice, which has been true till now. Uh, they didn't they lost to Crystal Palace, but won the reverse fixture. They won against Everton, but they lost the reverse fixture. Newcastle, they have beaten them both the times, and now Leeds stand at 31 points, 30, 30 32 points now. They are comfortably placed in 10th. They should be in 10th for at least one more week until they are playing Arsenal in the coming week. Let's see, that will be a great fixture to look for, because Arsenal are now an improved side, and they'll be really coming out with all guns blazing, with Saka playing really well. Um, uh, Aubameyang has found his mojo back. The midfield is doing well. At the back, Holding Tierney are doing very well, and in the midfield, Lacazette uh, and Pepe and all those people are just doing well. And even with the coming of Martin Odegaard from Real Madrid, has really uh, Bolston has really has really emboldened, has really bolstered their midfield, which was lacking a lot since Mesut Ozil was sent out to Fenerbahce. For the longest time, they had the saga of the Mesut Ozil saga, and which I feel is such a big waste. Like for almost 3 years now, for 2.5 years, Mesut Ozil has been languishing on the sidelines just because of a comment that he did. I don't know much about the content of that comment, but it led to him being left without a country. He couldn't play in Germany. He couldn't play for the German national team, and he wasn't allowed to play for the Arsenal team too. So. He was banished to the sidelines, and I think now he'll be really happy playing at in Turkey. It is allegedly mentioned that the Turkish president Erdogan was the best man at Mesut Ozil's wedding. So let me know in the comment section if that allegation is true. So Mesut Ozil will be finally going to Fenerbahce, where he'll be playing against the likes of Istanbul Basaksehir and um Galatasaray. By the way, the Galatasaray fan videos, if you get a chance to look at them, are something out of this world. The fans are chanting a devil chant like who all across the stadium in Galatasaray. So it must be really daunting to play an away game at Galatasaray. It's a shame that we don't get to see that now. Don't get to see Galatasaray in the Champions League anymore, or that we get to see any fans in the stadium anymore. Otherwise, it would have been an absolute treat to see the Galatasaray fans at their stadium, cheering them on in the Champions League fixtures. Uh, there are many games between Chelsea uh, and Galatasaray that you can check out, and it should be a great thing. It will be a fun watch. That's what I meant to say. Uh, so apart from that, there's a very funny video of Ashley Young who went to play Galatasaray. I think when he was back at Manchester United. Uh, so there's a there's a very old video where a guy he's prank calling Ashley Young. So he tries to get to the hotel reception and he first says, "Is there? I'm Young's brother speaking. Can I speak to Ashley Young?" So the receptionist is like, who is this? So who is this phone for? What is your last name? And finally, when he gets through to Ashley Young and asks him, are you Ashley Young? And he says, yeah, this is Ashley Young. He says, welcome to hell, brother. So that was just a very funny phone call that you can see on YouTube. It's a 10-year old video, and uh, uh, so you can check that out. Uh, So apart from that, we've talked about so the Champions League fixtures will be coming up in this month, which signals a great time for football. Just my earliest memories of watching football are of the Champions League, of listening to the Champions League theme song, which is just goosebumps every time you hear it. The chants and the crowds going ballistic. So. Uh, so the first leg of the round of 16 will be played out in the last week of February. Let's see how the results come in that phase, because the next leg will be played very early in March. March, by the way, will bring a lot of exciting football with India playing the remaining of the World Cup qualifiers against UAE, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. So that would be a great treat to watch. Uh, Seeing whether India can qualify for the World Cup or not. We have a very slim chance right now. It is only if we win all our remaining games and UAE loses all of the remaining games that we have a chance of getting in as one of the best placed third sides, maybe, or the best placed second sides. Yeah, the four best placed second sides, maybe. Let's see. It is a very slim chance that we are. It's a very fine thread that we are hanging on to, fine thread of hope that we are hanging on to. But I feel it will be the hanging will be all worth it. Uh, so that that almost brings us to the end of today's Pomodoro Part 7. We couldn't do this session for almost a week due to some unforeseen circumstances. But now that we are back, I think we could turn this into a regular fixture where we could be doing this every day in the weekdays at least, and then I would be back every Monday. Uh, I'm trying to reschedule this in the morning, where we could do this in the 9:30 to 10 o'clock slot. But I just haven't been able to find the time for it. It is something that I intend to do, and hopefully I'll do it very soon. So, so thank you so much to all the people who popped in, popped out of the live stream. Hopefully, you have a great day ahead and a great life all along. So thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.